gave a talk a couple weeks ago about mental imagery, and so I thought I would share some of the highlights here. Mental imagery is so cool because it's a tool that you can use in all areas of life, and it's super quick and easy to do. Athletes have been doing it for a long time, and all it is just imagining a situation in your head and trying to imagine it being done as perfectly as possible. What happens is in our brains we have what's called the mirror neuron system. And the mirror neuron system, it's when our brain's nerve cells fire in the same pattern they would if we were doing a movement when we just think about doing the movement or see someone doing the movement. So that's why athletes imagine doing movements, or they watch tapes of people doing movements correctly, and then their brain fires just like if they were doing the movement themselves. So what's cool is it tricks your brain into thinking you've actually done what you're thinking about. And so therefore you can do something perfectly in your mind, and that will help carry over into real life. You can use mental imagery for a ton of things. Fitness and health stuff for sure, but also even if you have to have a difficult conversation with someone, you can rehearse that in your head. A couple of tricks when doing mental imagery is you want to imagine the scenario as real as possible. So you want to imagine using all your senses. So what do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Even get some emotions into it. How do you feel? And recreate the scenario. What you do is you create the scenario and then you relive it in your mind. And you can spend a few minutes really getting into this, but once you've done the basic few minute scenario, you can go back and just redo it over and over and over in just a few seconds. So anytime you have 10-15 seconds, you close your eyes, relax, and then just imagine a scenario going off over in your head, and your brain will think that you actually did that. So it's a good way to get some good practice in without actually practicing. It'll give you that little bit of an edge. Hope that helps.